there, ladies and gentlemen. I am uncommonly happy to see you. And we are getting into the games now. I know you've been very patient. Had myself a quick lunch. Can't eat it any faster. Just for you. We're going to hit this. I just hit like the versus button, like that was going to be a thing we were doing. That's not what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are casting the round of 4. This is the week 5 weekly roundup, which for a while there was a lot of games, was a lot of different matchups, and we got to see the players kind of shrink over time. Now that we are now we're into kind of the beginning of the end here, the round of 4. We have Pure versus White Ninja, and we have Drumhead versus Bunny Willis. We have the monsters of All-In, Team Hat, Team Gear on, and they're gonna duke it out. We're gonna watch this, and we're gonna just have a fantastic time. Thanks for hanging out. Let's get right into it with, you know what? Who normally? Let's go Pure versus White Ninja. We have all the games. They've been appropriately hidden for me. I don't know the winners. We're gonna get right into a PvP, and it's gonna be on Port Alexander. Port Alexander. See you in game. In this best of 5, we're starting on Port Alexander. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner, it is White Ninja. His opponent in the top left hand corner, in the blue, it is Pure. These two facing off in a mirror matchup. What we end up normally seeing here is kind of a mirror build to a point. You know, all the initial buildings start in relatively the same place, put down in relatively the same time, in relatively the same order. But what we want to pay attention to with Protoss here is that first deviation. The first time the builds begin to differ. Now, it does look like Pure looking to take an expansion, or at least scouting out for some missing pylons. There we go. Starts down his second gateway. So we should see the Cybernetics core go down next. Another pylon, and then that first tech path decision that each Protoss has to make. So that Cybernetics core is just one of those required, it's not only required building in the tech tree for Protoss, but it's an important one. It contains Warp Gate, right? It has it unlocks several gateway units that come out of this gateway, and then this is the pylon we watch for. This is the pylon that, you know, White Ninja over on the opposite side of the map, trying to gather information with this probe. He wants to see what gets put here. This is that first. Is it a robo, right? Is it a starport? Is there does nothing happen at all, and we get a gateway? We come back to the other side of the map. There's that pylon. This is that hidden tech pylon. This is where he wants to go. So we're starting with stalkers. Don't actually double stalkers on both sides. Both players opting for stalkers. So I expect maybe a robo to follow up for both these characters, for both these players, give them access to either the immortal or the warp prism, depending on how aggressive they want to be. We are getting that first pylon on the low ground. It's looking like, you know, Pure is trying to secure a natural down here. And those first set of stalkers clearing out his own natural, taking a look around. Both these probes still out on the map. Pure actually having opted to try to hide in his third base location. That stalker is going to spot it. That probe, whatever he had planned, whatever forward pylons he was looking at, he's not getting anymore. As a continual production of stalkers seems to be what's on the menu. Actually, there it is. There's the first deviation. So we have a Twilight Council on one side that gives him Blink. He immediately started researching Blink. But on the other side, White Ninja has opted to go Stargate. The units he pulls out of here, he has Oracle. Gets a mineral harassment as long as he can avoid the Stalkers. We have Phoenixes now actually hitting the map. So if he's going mass Phoenix, he can control a lot of the battleground. A lot of the map control, if you will. Go behind, pick off probes. And that will force Pure to kind of stay at home and be defensive. And it does look like Pure wants to kind of 4-gate this. He wants 4 gates. He wants to be warping him in on the other side of the map for short distance assaults. But on the other hand, White Ninja wants to press the issue with his own set of Stalkers. As he continues his Phoenix production, Phoenixes slowly start to spiral out of control, and they really start to dominate. But, you know, this Phoenix here, there is only one. It can't get anything done on its own. It does need at least one more Phoenix. And looks like we're going to have some aggression here. Pure moving across the map now. Moving to the forward pylon. Forward pylon without any gateway. So there is going to be slow warp ends. But it is warp ends. It is a forward point of aggression. And we have another pylon coming down here for Pure on the third base location. Does look like he's trying to give himself fallback options. When the attack looks like it's ended, it won't have ended. And we're getting some shield batteries now. He's looking to power up, get an additional pylon to protect his gateways, protect his critical building center here. He's working on the Immortals. He switched out of Phoenix into Void Ray. We got a little bit of a lift there as Stalkers blink forward, but it doesn't look like Pure is taking a fair amount of damage here. That shield battery not quite up, and it does look like the winner here becomes this Void Ray, and these Phoenixes doing an excellent job of containing and minimizing the amount of damage coming at him. They are there again. They're going to poke up the ramp. Coming back here, continuing to get some more warp ends. He's diving slowly up this ramp, but it's becoming a very dangerous prospect. You know, one shield battery, an Immortal, Void Ray, Phoenixes. These things are a pretty good counter. He doesn't have enough to break a ramp. Now, that being said, White Ninja coming down the bottom of the ramp, away from his defenses, away from his shield battery, moving a little forward here. He goes in the poke. He's stepping back. Pure blinking off and actually retreating. He looks like he wants to regroup. He's starting to add in Zealots and Zealot legs into his build. Looks like he's working up for another push. The Zealots here will change the dynamic of the attack a little bit. It's no longer just a blink stalker. But charge lets you know they slam in. They do a lot of damage. And that's the kind of thing he's hoping to do. Another warp in of Zealots here. As behind this, White Ninja actually taking his expansion, looking like he's still working up the tech tree, getting the Immortals. He's wanting to play a longer game, a more medium game, if you will. But actually, I was gonna say Pure all in here, but opting to get his own expansion, opting to slow down the aggression. This is a lot of minerals in this attack, though, and he's continuing to warp in on this on the map. He is keeping White Ninja contained. He is keeping him behind the line. We'll see if this containment sticks. As more Phoenixes come out, more Immortals. An attack and a push into this is looking more and more dangerous, especially without the Zealots backing this up. Coming in here to poke. That is all of the Stalkers. The Zealot Stalkers vanishing and melting away, but they're going to lift up a couple, finish those off, and there is no push into White Ninja anymore. The opportunity, the moment seems to be over as the Immortal count is continuing to climb. If you haven't seen it yet, there is a Matcherino code in the chat. There is a prize pool for the All-Invitational. I believe it was, it's a lot. It's a lot of money goes here in this total prize pool. Currently at $75.50. And there's the push. The Zealots coming in, crashing in, getting tons of damage. But, they're starting to be really low health, really low shields. Getting another set of charges. Things stutter step away. Losing some Immortals. White Ninja is bleeding some of those, important units. Stalkers moving in to try to clean this up. The Zealots are money. 5 probes going down here. 4 Phoenixes still in the middle of the fight. Low energy. Not able to take this. Not able to dive in and take this fight. There just aren't enough of them right now. More Zealots being warped in here as it looks like Pure is starting to do critical amounts of damage here. Those Zealots with their legs sprinting all the way around the army, trying to find an opening. 9 more probes going down. There goes the shield battery. Sustained fighting is going to be a lot more difficult here as White Ninja pulls the probes. There he taps out GG. And Pure takes game number 1. All right. Pure kicking it off there with aggression on 2 levels. The initial Stalker push that failed. He doubles down and throws in a couple salts. Really good move there. I know he had a fallback. Even with a fallback Nexus, he already expanded. He was able to really capitalize and push through, find that one crack. And what was really actually a surprising amount of damage takes the game. And the best of 5, Pure is up 1 game. GG, well played. And with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump right in to game number 2. This one takes place on Kairos Junction. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner again, the purple Protoss. It is White Ninja. His opponent on the top left-hand corner, the blue Protoss. It is Pure. So again, find your way over to Matcherino. We have about half the coupon codes left still. It's around $10 worth of coupon codes. You go in there, you enter TAI15, contributes 50 cents automatically to the prize pool. At no cost to you, at no cost to me, at a cost of the Matcherino website is matching our codes. And we are getting a gateway down here. So this is hidden. And this is sending off alarm bells, right? And just says, hey, your buildings aren't in your base. Where are they at? What are you doing? You're doing something funky. And if I'm going to try to get the right, there we go, vision. Nope, not that vision. This vision. Yeah, he has not seen these gateways yet. So, it's anybody's guess what's going on here and why they're down on the low ground. But this probe, it's not seeing it. This probe out here, he's looking around. He's trying to find it. This is missed the mining time just because the building placement is a little weird. We're getting some probe surrounds here, and he's actually going to bop that scout. All right, so the third building is Cybernetics Core. So this is a normal-ish Protoss build. There's nothing horribly unusual about it, but it is just in a weird place. This probe now for Pure going across the map. Let's see what he's looking to do. As you know, White Ninja, the alarm bells are going off. The entire structure was missing. He's looking at all angles. He's trying to find out what's going on. He says, dude, your buildings aren't in your base. Well, little does he know, they're just around the corner. They're just around the corner, and he is scoping out the far reaches of everything. He's looking for a pylon. He's looking for a robo. So he's not going to see anything. We're going to have Stalker Sentry come out as a response. The Adepts now moving across the map. Interesting enough, White Ninja not opting to keep them home. Without information, he doesn't know what's going on, so he's going to opt for the Scout. When, maybe he thinks, or maybe he would have thought, that he needed to be more defensive because there's an attack on the way. This Sentry up here should do a pretty good job of blocking and pushing back this fight. And it does look like, these Adepts, they're going to be denied, actually, that key critical information that didn't go far enough over. Let me take another look again. Oh, no, they did see one gateway, so he knows they were just hiding in a weird spot. And it looks like we're getting into looking like maybe getting to a more normal game. But this is a couple of gateways, 3 gateways, robotics facility, kind of a mirror. We're getting an expansion. We have the robo down here. We have the shield battery. Actually, might finish up. That'll block the wall for a little bit, which is it could be frustrating. There it is. Get that moment. Actually, put the shield battery back down. So it looks like he wants the shield battery in progress. He feels he has this itch. He thinks something's coming. So that shield battery, if he keeps canceling it and restarting it, it'll be in progress when the attack arrives. It might give him the edge he needs. And that's kind of his mindset right now. If he continues to watch that and cancel that 25 minutes at a time is a bit of a safety net. And it does look like he's feeling a little more comfortable now. Maybe at the wrong time, because this is a 4-gate push, 3-gate push, 3-gate robo. Moving across the map now. Gonna warp in a whole bunch of stalkers. Fast, accessible warp prism there. 2 adepts and a bunch of stalkers. And actually a lot of territory up here where they could be shuttled up and elevated into position. Could be, I mean, you get your whole army behind the wall. You're not facing the army that's down here. You suddenly have the ramp. And because the base is so big, you really, really want a pylon over here. You really want the ability to prevent this from being seen. It looks like he's just going to elevate her up. Everything one at a time. Here it is. The Pure, he's going to run into it. He's going to see the elevator trick at probably the last possible moment. Shield battery's still down. It looks like we're going to have an Immortal coming out here. Probes have been pulled, trying to put down as much damage as they can. The Immortal being microed back really well. Now there are 2 Immortals on the field. They're going to start dishing out amazing amounts of damage, though. 8 probes have been lost. There goes the Warp Prism. Reinforcements are down. It does look like Pure is going to absolutely hand this nerd his Stalker card. And there it is. 10 probes lost. It has been defended, but at what cost, right? 10 army supply for... what, 7 workers? It's gonna be a hard thing to come back from. This when he attacks from the back and nothing's in the right place, we are gonna get a counterattack. Pure knows if he can get some damage done, he could potentially end this game right now. White Ninja having to prep on the other side of the field. He doesn't have a lot. We're getting the first Immortal will be out. There will be some Immortal on Immortal micro. If he can get into some good positions, get some optimal hits, but really, you know, is this necessary? Does Pure need to be pushing at this time? He's up a base. He's going to be up probe production really soon. He while losing that many probes, he's almost already caught back up. And his opponent is trying to ready for him. You know, he does win this if he walks up the ramp. He wins this fight up until the point where this next Immortal comes out. And I guess, you know, we could trade armies. But staying down here, hey, you stay down here, you keep your opponent locked in on one base. White Ninja actually opting for another Warp Prism. And this Phoenix going to see everything. Going to see that there isn't a lot here, even with that Alpha Starcraft extra probe count. Not even Alpha Starcraft levels. Alpha Starcraft? Yeah, Alpha Star Starcraft play levels here, and it looks like White Ninja's gonna go again. He says, "I'm behind. I have to close this out, or I lose the game." He pulls up, he gets another round of warp ends. Looks like he's going for Zealots this time. And taking a look back, I mean, he's only on the 3 gates. He can only warp in 3 things at a time. He's no longer producing out of the robotics facility, and he's moving across. This is everything he's got. If this is held, Pure is just finding himself in a better and better position. He's going to get spotted. He does have an observer on location. It's going to see the stalkers. Now, does he move up and try to defend the other part of his base? Is he waiting to see which direction these go in? I mean, he doesn't have vision, so this observer could find the army and follow it. He's going to miss it coming right up the ramp, though. He knows it's not over there, but he is in position down here. He knows it's coming. Here comes the attack. Sentry getting a little bit of shield boost there. The wall's going down. The Immortal's doing a fantastic job on the far back position, but the round of warp ends here from the Warp Prism, bringing in more units. Stalker, Sentry, Immortal versus Immortal Stalker, and really White Ninja is doing a fantastic job of managing this situation. The probes have to be pulled here. They're chasing down the low Immortals on the top-hand side. The probes start to go down, but these are probes he can replace much easier than he can replace units. In the middle of a fight, he pulls back up. Looks like he's looking to get his reinforcements. The shields are back for the Immortals. He needs to close in. He needs to get this Warp Prism. He needs to do significantly more damage there. That shield battery now out of energy at the top of the ramp. Another Immortal about to pop out the top. But at this point, White Ninja is in the base. He is attacking from multiple angles. He gets the pylon. That's going to stop all future production out of the robotics facility. The probes have been pulled again. And really, the worker count is absolutely fine. He can throw these probes in. He can take up a little bit of damage. But what's really winning this fight here is that Warp Prism. It's microing. It's juggling Stalkers and Immortals inside of it. And it's going to survive the fight. These are only a couple of units. There are 12 workers left on the map. They're actually workers mining gas that could be mining minerals in this fight, getting pulled. Looks like he is going to pull them. It's pulling forward. There is another round of warp ends. I think this is a dive on the warp prism. It's got to be a dive on the warp prism. It actually picks up and leaves rather than finish that warp end and sacrifice itself. It is such an important unit. The Stalkers continue to micro back. The Immortal... The Stalkers almost finishing the fight there. Where's that observer? Is the observer on? Can he see what's going on? We're going to end up dealing with another round of elevatoring Stalkers as White Ninja continuing to push up into this, knocking down the door of the natural base here, getting some more probes. Probe production apparently has not stopped. Pure now having to contend with a warp prism that has a chance to get its shields up. That's the end of the continued aggression. Behind this, we're dealing with 7 workers to 23, 6 army to 8. Does this get, it looks like White Ninja takes this fight with 1 Stalker, two Stalkers left. 2 Stalkers left on both sides of this. Going after that pylon. It's going to force Pure to come down here and take a fight. The shield battery, trying to keep that thing alive. Probe production here, still for Pure. He needs probes. He's only at 7. I don't know if he knows how behind that is. Actually moving some workers off of gas, and it does look like these 2 Stalkers are going to punch each other to death. The fight has ended. There's a moment where Pure has to take a look at what he's got and how we can recover. So he rebuilt his robotics facility. He's making probes 2 at a time. There's the chrono boosting probes. But behind this, that's what we're facing here for White Ninja. I didn't see, not a single probe in production this entire time. Now, he could have had a significant lead in mineral income right now. I guess more than he already has. But he's focused on what looks to be the next attack. He's saving money. He just moves his probes over so he's not oversaturated on a base. And I think he just wants to continue this push. They got Pure. Is this Pure's observer? No, that is White Ninja's observer. This is Pure's observer. A whole bunch of sentries, a couple Stalkers, and looks like constant Immortal production. Now White Ninja kicks back up with the probe production. I think he wants to make another strong push. It was very close. It came down to individual, unit decisions and micro. He kept that warp prism alive a really long time for what he was doing with it, and he just has the army lead. Pure needs every moment he can get right now. He is trying to build up his economy. He's trying to get his workers going so we can build up the next army for the defense. But that's what it's going to take. He needs time. This disruptor needs to be a very defensive disruptor, and it looks like Pure only making disruptors right now. The only thing he feels he can afford to make. So he's trying to go very efficient with his defense. A couple disruptor shots gives him time for some additional warp ends, gives him time and potentially some fantastic shots on Stalkers or Sentries or any of these expensive units. He's 22 to 25 workers now. He's going to have the mineral income, and he's got to spot this coming. He's got to start producing Stalkers now. The probe production probably needs to stop. The disruptor shots need to be just absolutely fantastic. And he's sitting here with 4 Stalkers, 2 disruptors. Now the disruptors can do things. And it looks like they're at least going to chase back the army, right? One at a time. You don't want to blast both your cooldowns. You want to make sure they're good attacks. That is exactly the kind of shots he needs. But he still can't engage this army directly. There's not enough there. They are focus firing the disruptors. The probes have been pulled. Again, probes are army when you need them to be. The Stalkers that are super low start taking its 8 probes have gone down. 8 probes. The disruptor ball goes out again. There's the shot. Takes out a significant number of Stalkers. Ladies and gentlemen, GG. White Ninja ties it up 1-1, and we are going to move ourselves into game number 3. Fizben, thank you for the raid, brother. Hope your cheese was fantastic and tasty. Whew. All right, so what we have, quick look at this game. White Ninja, Pure, both of them opting for an aggressive build. We have a back and forth, an elevator sneak attack that eventually just ends in persistence. Both of these players so far have been taking persistent attacks. Like they attack and then they keep attacking. They're trying to keep the pressure up, and the one who sustained the pressure the longest in both these games have won. So we're gonna get into game number 3 right now. This takes place on King's Cove, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in game. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of King's Cove, it is White Ninja. His opponent in the top left-hand corner, it is Pure. These have been some incredibly aggressive and forward-positioned games. Where do we go from here? Do they notice that the most aggressive and persistently aggressive player is winning, and they try to repeat that success? Do they pull back in a more defensive manner and both turtle up for a long game? Do we see something cheesy and misdirection, filled with misdirection? Do we watch probes fight over and over in the battle of probes for 10 minutes as Pure actually just dropping? Okay, second gateway. Okay, I'm confusing my probes. That was not White Ninja's probe. This was Pure's probe doing Pure's things. Both of them dropping their second gateway. All right, so the build's very simple: 2 gateway, cybernetics core. Get the cybernetics core away from the wall. And then you expand into that second hidden tech. Alright. There's that tech pylon there. Separate your tech. Probe here. Put down a little damage on the shield. I think it's kind of a taunt, right? Like, are you going to let me sit here and do this? A little bit of a supply block. It's a minor supply block there. As both these players just gearing up. Gearing up, nothing crazy. We got Stalker and Sentry first for the top side. Pure here opting again for the same basic opener, but I'm gonna keep an eye on those pylons, keep an eye on those tech paths. It does look like he opts to expand rather than tech. So Pure here going for a more economic route. We're on the bottom hand corner. We're going Stargate. So a little more battlefield control coming out of White Ninja. If he can get up a good amount of Phoenix, if this doesn't quickly become a Phoenix versus Phoenix fight, he can really dominate this field, dominate the battlefield, get a lot of probes. He can really find the damage he needs to find. Pure here chasing probes. This game's really starting to find a rhythm now as we get into the 3-minute mark. Stargate opening. Now, do we have Stargate into expansion? So we're talking there for a moment. You know, Pure was deciding to expand before he decided to tech up. Looks like most of his money instead gone to a handful of Stalkers for the defense. So actually opting to expand first before teching, but slowing down his expansion in the favor of units. And what that gives him is, I guess, some comfort. The ability to walk across the map and be aggressive, which is something we've seen, but he's still going to have to contend now with this Phoenix production. Because the other side of the map, when we diverted from builds, we went with White Ninja opted to go with Phoenix, right? So he gets Phoenix, he starts teching up, he starts trying to dominate the technical side of this fight, and he's going to run into a couple Stalkers. Now, here's the question: do these Stalkers come across the map and try to be aggressive, or are they going to go home and try to be defensive? Once you start getting too many Phoenixes, they can do a lot of damage to your mineral line if you're not back home. Is that a couple Stalkers warped in that delays your aggression, or is this Phoenix on Stalker fight going to happen in the base, in the natural? And it looks like, all right, we're getting those warp-ins again. We're getting that forward pylon. It looks like Pure wants to be the aggressor here, so we're seeing a little bit of a repeat of game 1. The Phoenixes weren't enough to really make or break the game last time. And it does look like he's going to still continue Phoenix production. He's getting his Robo up. Pure on the other side, his Robo is about to finish. He's getting the Forge. We'll see where he goes with Forge. Is he going to delay this for +1? Is he going to try to close the game right now? And this, if the last couple games are anything to note, this is just going to be aggression that never ends. He's going to continue. Both these players are going to continue to deal the killing blow consistently to each other, finding the right damage, finding the right micro. What we do have is just this back and forth Stalker position here. Phoenix is trying to come up, trying to find the army. It has been located. Sentry's been sent home. It does look like White Ninja wants this fight, and who blames him? He can lift up most of the Stalker army, and those are forfeit sacrifices. Pure is going to have to turn around and go back. Actually opting for Adepts. There's an Adept run by in here while he's distracted. Some excellent timing there. You know, Pure attempting to capitalize on that moment, but it's not going to work. White Ninja really on top of his defense this time. Now he's built up enough Phoenixes. He can go across the map and be a pest, be a nuisance. Keep Pure at home. He can find that little bits of damage. He's going to get spotted. Pure does have some observers on the map now, but behind these Phoenixes is a push. Behind these Phoenixes are a lot of Stalkers. Now these Stalkers don't have a forward warp point, so this might just be a poke. He might be trying to close it out. We have seen a lot of going for the throat coming out of these players. So there's a lift up on the sentry. It does look like Pure was caught a little bit off guard there. The lifting of the Stalkers puts a significant damper on this fight. He's having to micro back there. The workers have been pulled. The shield battery is doing a little bit to sustain that, Pure Stalkers, but not enough as so many Phoenixes enter the fight here. Actually soaking up a little bit of damage for the things actually doing the damage. 7 probes going down. Stalkers continuing to back up here. Ground weapons actually going to finish for Pure soon. That's huge advantage. If he can just keep his workers alive, keep his army fresh. Another round of warp-ins drop as this becomes a Stalker on Stalker battle. Phoenix is now with a little bit of energy. Could dive in, start lifting up and really change the pace of the Stalker fight. The probes again having to be pulled. This is not an army that he wants to deal with. Between the Phoenixes and the Immortals, right? The Immortal being focused down. Actually, because of the probes, because of lifting up, when the smoke clears, it does look like White Ninja has to pull back. This +1/+1, give him a little bit of edge. The shield battery helping keep him going. Now we're getting ourselves some Templar and an Archon merge as Pure starting to settle into a tech pass, starting to get more gateways, trying to expand. Behind this, White Ninja with the push, deciding, this isn't all in. I'm going to have to recover. I'm going to have to expand and take a third base. Again, expanding his own production facilities, going for the Templar archives. Both these players now starting to tech up, for a Protoss, mid to late game. If you haven't done it yet before, that Matcherino code Suzanne Poof is posting is directly linked to the prize pool for the All-Invitational, currently at $75.50. We take a quick look at the payouts. It is 60% to first place, currently $45.30. Second place is $22.65, and third place is $7.55. The winners of today's best of round of 4 will make at least $22.65 in prize money. And again, Matcherino code is TAI15. Follow that link. It is 15 free codes remaining. We're just being handed money by the Matcherino folks, the fantastic organization that helps make the All-Invitational absolutely possible. So I am seeing a great building cluster here, but these are becoming some very valuable pylons. There we go. He's getting some pylons up. They're going to further support this. He's getting that first forge down, but he's behind, right? So the forge isn't complete, and +2 weapons is going to finish here for Pure. So whatever he's got on the other side of the map is going to have a much bigger punch. He's getting a handful of gateways. It looks like actually just gateways. He's ramping up that production. He wants to stay on top of things, and he's still got this forward pylon. I'm surprised there's not a gateway there yet. The Phoenix is sitting on the edge of the field, hoping to dive in and get something. It looks like they took a couple shots, or this one took a couple shots to the shield. They were able to get away, but the Phoenix production halted at around 5. Pure opting not to play the Phoenix fight. Sarkhan, the Stalkers, these Zealots sitting in position, being the vigilant people that they are. So I wonder about the Zealots. So the Zealots are here. They're kind of part of this small mobile force, but they can't shoot up. Is this to make the Phoenixes have a more difficult time clicking on the right units? But we'll see. It looks like we have, I want to say the word push coming, but it's just moving to the bottom of his ramp. Warping in another round of Zealots. Taking a quick look at the map. We are getting more gateways, explosions, exploding gateways. We're getting a 4th base here from Pure. He's starting to really mine out of his natural base. And really just kind of ramping up. That +3 coming down here for Pure. Building up an army of Stalkers and Archons, positioning him around key locations of his base to spot the Phoenix army. And we do have a push now. White Ninja opting to move forward. This is a hero probe. This game might have just been saved with the hero probe, spotting the entire army move out from a forward location. The Archons coming together, these massive units. But he is a bit outnumbered now. 83 army supply to 55. We'll see if that tech helps him at all. +1 is finishing. This is kind of a timing from White Ninja. He's hoping to do it as those upgrades complete, but he's still facing that +2 army. Now with ground armor coming down, this does 1-1 versus a 2-0 evens the battlefield quite a lot. So this is his moment. This is his moment where things are going to be as close as they are going to be. As close as they are going to be for a little bit of time, but he's trying to find an angle. He's trying to find a ramp that he wants to go up, and there don't seem to be any really obvious locations as Phoenix is diving in, getting that high ground vision. This juking going back and forth here. This is that footsie game. This is fighting game, StarCraft's version of footsie. As both these players trying to find the optimal position to take this engagement. It does look like Pure wanting to go down to low ground, and they just want to meet on even terms. The Zealots come in, they're charging the Archons, getting their shots off. The Phoenix is lifting up Stalkers, lifting up Immortals. Things are starting to melt when the smoke clears. White Ninja has a bigger army, 69 army supply to 35, as we have some warp-ins coming in from Pure. Some more Zealots are going to charge into the mass. Once these Archons start losing their shield, they are very low on shields. They are also going to start melting. So 35 army supply to 31, constantly swinging back and forth. Phoenix is continuing to pick up Stalkers. Archon's starting to go down. Pure, White Ninja, both with one Archon left, trying to stop some Phoenixes from getting their lifts up off, but it does look like White Ninja has the dominant army once the smoke clears. 10 to 20 army supply goes a long way. This is not something you would gauge with Zealots. Nothing is that is that far down, and it does look like Pure is going to have a hard time defending this. He's going to have to sacrifice a third base. He lost the fourth base. The probes get pulled, trying to run away here. He's buying time now. 29 army supply sitting back here. Archons. Archon Zealot in his army. Actually, just might. Okay, so the Archons will finish, but there are more Archons coming in here for White Ninja. White Ninja with the 1-1 to the 3-0, but he's about to have 2-2. 2-2 about to finish for White Ninja. 2-2. I don't know if you know, but 2 + 2 is 4, and 3 + 0 taps out. And ladies and gentlemen, White Ninja takes game number 2, bringing us to game number 4. Hype indeed. Let's get a little bit. Let's get some victory rock. Do I have good rock queued up? Ladies and gentlemen, we just watched, again, these hyper-aggressive early game assaults collapse into persistent attacks, and actually we got a bit of a mid-game there. We got to see a little bit of a mid-game. And both players started, really to show us kind of where their builds take them. Everything's 2 cents, Fizbin. But everything that you're hearing also doesn't get me in trouble on Twitch. Those are sacrifices we make. So, with that being said, we have a game number 4. I'm going to run right in to the top left-hand corner of Year 0. The pink Protoss. It is White Ninja. On the top right-hand side, the blue Protoss. It is Pure. Okay, taking a gander. Probe comes up and he wants to get a look around. He says, "Hey there, buddy. What you got going on?" White Ninja scouts himself a pylon. He says, "This looks normal. It's not like that other game where you hid your stuff in a weird corner of the map. Freaked me out and had me sending my probes all over the map trying to find proxies when they were really just in a corner of a base." He says, "Yeah, this is nice. This is a good change of pace for where we're at right now. And you know what? I'm not going to beat a pylon. I don't know if you know this, but probes, they take a really long time to deal damage to a pylon. Pure now opting to throw down the Cybernetics core. Actually, that as in a change-up of pace, we're getting a Cybernetics core before the second gateway. A little bit of a, let's see, where are they at? Are they in different places? No. Okay, so this Cybernetics core is a little faster, but it is supported by one less gateway. He's saving some minerals. He's got an idea. He's got a plan. Something he's going to do with one less gateway. He's got 6 on gas, on one base, one gateway. All right, looks like he is going Stargate. He's going a very, he's going a fast Stargate. So that those extra minerals he saved for the gateway, you know, it goes to a quicker pylon. It goes to a second Stargate. He's going right into double Stargate. He's getting some zealots out for early defense. Something they can do the minimum necessary, right, to defend and hold the line while he works on you know, whatever's coming out of these pylons. I'm going to assume Phoenix. He's going to push the Phoenix game this time. He says, you know what? You one Phoenix? No, 2 Phoenixes at a time. Maybe we get lucky. We see something weird like Void Rays, right? A massive Void Ray army coming out as... I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Shield battery going down here at the front door. Will hold any attacks, but it doesn't look like White Ninja opting to go that direction. It does actually, if we're looking at this, he wants to finish Warp Gate, and he wants to do another really heavy Stalker Assault. If we get anything kind of like we've seen the last couple games. But that Stalker Assault is going to be met with 2 Phoenixes at a time. This builds up those numbers quite quick. And if he can get in, if he can find the right moment to dive on the mineral line, he can melt, absolutely melt White Ninja's side of the base. But as quick as he's got these Stargates out, Phoenix production, you know, continuing right now. Phoenix production continuing with what it is. We do have a little bit of a push, right? So 4 Stalkers now out on the map. White Ninja doing a little bit of an exploratory probing. He's got a gateway. There's that 4th gateway over in the right-hand side of the map. This is the game we have been seeing. This is the exact game we've been seeing out of these players consistently. Pure spotting the push, spotting the Stalkers, preparing to meet it at the front door, right? So what do we have? We have Zealots. We have a shield battery. This is an uncomfortable assault here. These Phoenixes got to find the right angles to dive in. The Zealots have to keep applying that pressure. But I don't know if this is enough Phoenixes. I don't know if he's at critical Phoenix mass yet. He can't lift up too many Stalkers. Stalkers love getting their shots off over here. Shield battery is going to top them off, make it a little easier to deal with. Phoenix is starting to get lifted off again. The Phoenix count is starting to win the race here as he's trying to focus on the pylon, but more Phoenixes coming and join their consistent warp ins, making this a difficult thing to deal with. The probes trying to put down another pylon have been pulled now. These are your Zealots, probes, your Zealots now. The pylons, ooh, if he gets the pylon for the Stargate, that goes a long way towards preventing his own reinforcements. It's a poke. All he's got to do is poke it. Pylon going down here for the Zealots. The probe's still out in the battlefield. Really wants to get that pylon up. He really needs that shield battery. Phoenix is finding himself being exploded. Number the GGs, and White Ninja takes game number 4 and moves on. Wait. Moves him on to the finals, ladies and gentlemen. GG. It says, put your tricky shit away. This game is mine. With that, we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, it will be Drumhead versus Bunny Willis. One of these players will face White Ninja in the finals. White Ninja has earned himself at least $22.80. Go over to that match, Reno. Drop that code. Add 50 cents to the prize pool. Again, if you don't have it, and you're just coming in, you have no chat history, matcherino.com/tournament/13274/contribute. That code is TAI15. We're at $75. Let me reload if we got any codes. We're at $76. We're at $76 for this prize pool. Go throw down that code. If you haven't already, you can only do it once. If you've accidentally done it twice, please let us know. That being said, we'll be right back after a short break, and we're going to get to Drumhead versus Bunny Willis. Let's play those flutes again. Hello there. Welcome back. Glad to have you. I am uncommonly happy to see you again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are Season 15 of the All-Invitational. This is the 5th weekly roundup, and it is the round of 4. We have White Ninja moving on after a 3-1 victory against Pure. He will sit in the finals, and we'll get down to the results next week. Next week we will conclude Season 15. But for now, and for this moment, it's time for Bunny Willis versus Drumhead. And another best of 5. This is a TVP. Bunny Willis and Drumheads both are monsters of All-In. Bunny Willis making it really far in the pizza pie last 2 weeks ago. He pulled in second place. Drumhead just pulling things from the Protoss nethersphere that we ain't used to seeing. Some crazy things. Some simple things. Maybe I'm overplaying it. Maybe there's no storyline here at all, and we're gonna get into game, and we're gonna enjoy a fantastic TVP between some fantastic players. What do y'all say? You join me in Kairos Junction right about now? Right about now. Ladies and gentlemen, spawning in the top left-hand corner in the blue, the Terran, the monster, the Bunny Willis. His opponent in the bottom right-hand corner in the orange, the Protoss, it is Drumhead. Bunny Willis saying he might have just woken up just a few minutes ago. We believe him. Both these players back and forth. A little bit of banter. Now, I'll tell you, I do not physically have the APM for these conversations. When people start typing, oh man, finding that moment where I'm like, right, I made a building. Now I can say something. Now I can, hit the buttons. Hit buttons. Now I can start typing. So I smash the production key. Yeah, this is what the people want to see, right? Now, of particular note is there isn't a barracks on the board now because it's being made right here on the third base location with a direct line into the natural base of Drumhead. Drumhead moving up to do the scout. Terrans are tricky. You got to know if something's coming. If something's coming fast. He's coming up here, and Drumhead says, you don't have a barracks. Where's it at? And you're making 2 gas. And he should know right now that the Reapers are on the way. And he's got to respond. He's got to respond. He doesn't really have to respond. He's going to expand. You know what? I don't see your barracks. It doesn't bother me at all. You don't scare me. Drumhead says, nothing. You got it? Nothing. I got nothing for you. Bunny Will's going to come over here. He's going to see the expansion. To be fair, it'd be pretty hard for Reapers to kill the Nexus. But it would be really easy for Reapers to do some damage. There's nothing on the board. So we are going right into Adept. So we're going to watch this timing, right? So the Reaper's going to come out. And getting the bunker, actually, significantly hampers the ability for that to be broken. The probes realize this, and they're coming down. The Reaper coming to meet it. The Adept is actually out, almost out. The timing is near perfect. The bomb. The bomb forces the probes away. The Adept comes down. The Reaper's in the bunker. He's in the bunker. And I mean, it's like a cannon, right? Like what's he gonna do? You've now been bunker rushed. He built a forge and made a cannon. The wall is there. It does look like he's opting for a tech lab, so maybe a siege tank coming out of there. We are getting the stalkers coming down, the shield battery. We'll heal the shields of the Nexus, right? It should heal the shields of the Nexus. Bunny Willis, hello. Thanks for joining this wonderful chat, and thank you for this fantastic little maneuver here. The Adept going to get the shot there. and it's going to be Cyclone. So Cyclone's first thing that's going to come out. It's going to push away the Adept. On this side of the map, we're managing, Marines. We're managing Reapers. We're giving them a little bit of safety in this bunker, right? This is a hard thing to push into if you don't have just a lot of units to overcome the damage output. Stalker's coming in, trying to get the SCV, and it does look like they'll lose a Stalker for the trouble. So a little bit of a trade there. The barracks now flying back home as this bunker continues to put out damage. The shield battery losing all its energy in that dump, but that does allow it to put down a significant amount of damage on this bunker. But these units still dishing it out. The shield battery, again, dumping the last of its energy over as the Cyclone comes over. The Cyclone does really nice things to the Stalker, at least from the Terran's perspective. And it does look like they're going to jump out now and start teaming up on this poor Nexus. The Nexus now evacuating probes. As this fight gets hotter, can he? Yeah, he's going to get that. That's not even an issue. There's the GG. Drumhead's already tapping out. Bunny Willis takes game number 1. I need it. That's good. In fact, you know what? We're gonna make this even easier to do in the future. That's it. It's gotta be there. Let's go into this folder. There we go. We're dropping flutes out here. We're dropping flutes on a more accessible button, ladies and gentlemen. Bunny Willis with the bunker rush. Let's see, Reaper into Marines into Cyclone. Just the exact right unit types in the exact perfect moments to get that cancel and to push Drumhead out of game number 1. In this best of 5, the winner moves on to the finals. We'll play that next week. The loser moves on to the losers match. Now that is a third place. We'll call it the third place match, right? The third place match still has some money on the table, something like $7 or $8 that will be split up in their direction. So not the end of the world, not a complete loss. There is a third place payout. But we will get to see all 4 of these players play again next round, and essentially it's a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. But that being said, let's get into game. Ladies and gentlemen, in the bottom right-hand corner, the blue Terran, Bunny Willis. Look at that sexy boy right there. In the top left-hand corner, the orange Protoss. It is Drumhead. I'm experimenting with some timings here. Good overlay call. I hadn't missed it yet, but I have been known in the past. I'm not immune to missing the overlay. Trying to get into the game, maybe miss some of this intro timing, right? Miss some of this just this beginning mining, and as long as there's nothing crazy going on. But we'll see. We'll see if this works, right? You just use the uncommon emote if you like it. No, use the uncommon emote if you don't like it. There we go, because otherwise, here we go. Uncommon emote. You got it. I know you all have it. Everybody has it. Whole world's subscribed. Yeah, okay. Like choking with my lies. All right, that first Reaper going out, but on the other side of the map, Nexus second. This is a gateway expand here. Cybernetics core, everything in the far back. Kind of a greedy play. With as much pressure as he had last time, dealing with that and actually getting the recall on the probe. That's cute. With as much pressure as he had on the front base, I'm surprised he's not being a little more defensive in his play, but being just a little greedy with the amount of pressure a Terran can put on. But this gives Bunny Willis is going to expand. He says, fine. You expand, I expand. It's going to take a free expansion over here. Protoss is going to show up even later than they're used to. It gets them some time to get up his reactors, get up probably some double Hellions. I see a swap in their future. And taking a look around. Drumhead going Stargate. So got ourselves a very delicious pylon on this side of the map. But it is defendable. It is in a strong area. But he's got a Cybernetics core and his first Stargate on it. Taking small shortcuts so you can afford, further pylons, so you can afford Nexuses. The Adept shading in at the bottom of the ramp here, trying to chase this Reaper around. Drumhead going to get a couple shots on it. And it does look like that Reaper will live another day. Taking a quick look around now, we did get the swap. So we should start seeing double Hellion production soon. Starport going up. So a good 1-1-1. You know, Reaper fast expand. Bunny Willis not on the other side of the map, not just abusing his opponent here, but is handing up. We do have the barracks, otherwise known as the add-on builder. Looks like he's opting to hand over the starport. Hand the starport onto the tech lab. Maybe we'll get to see some Banshee play. Take a look over here. Drumhead continues to power up. He's going out with an Oracle. Is there Oracle on the map? Not yet. So he's going out with Oracle. Maybe he'll find some damage. There is a Viking on the way. Goes a long way towards pushing that away. Maybe that's why we haven't had an add-on swap yet. Viking can... Ooh, okay. We have a little bit of damage in the middle here. Fantastic use of the grass here. Bunny Willis with 3 Hellions pushing away that... this Oracle is Hero Oracle. He turns on his beam, and he just wrecked... Absolutely hard countered. I mean, hard count, just countered. Absolutely countered those Hellions. I didn't know Oracles turned beams onto Hellions. They're going to turn on the Reapers too, losing 2 workers in the process. But Drumhead taking a few early advantages here, as it looks like these are still queued up. They were queued up across the map because this is one Hellion. There's no support left for him. He's coming across the map trying to join his buddies. He gets there and he says, "Nobody told me y'all were dead." He comes right up the ramp. I mean, he's going to sit here and get something done. Okay, so he's going to be lifted up as the Adept finds himself a stronger position. And it does look like that poor Hellion's done for. And Drumhead expanding a 3rd time in under 5 minutes. He's already pushing out a 3rd base. He says, "I took your Hellion harassment. You can't have anything else for me." Bunny Willis opting for Widow Mines in key strategic points to try to catch those Oracles moving across the map. Putting down another couple of barracks, trying to get up his 2-base production here. This Viking can shoot things in the air. This Oracle, unfortunately, can't, and actually didn't finish. Shoot, I don't know if he actually got that kill or not. But Hero Oracle goes down to a Widow Mine. This is the Widow Mine we could see. Or was it the Viking? No, the Viking didn't kill it. There's a Widow Mine. There he is. There's a Widow Mine on the other side of this orbital command there. Gets the kill. It's Hero. Like, here's the one you see. Here's the one you can't see. Fantastic placement there. Oracle on the run. Taking a quick look. All right, Drumhead is powering up. He's got +1 armor going. He's got Zealot legs on the way. He's getting a warping round of Zealots here. Very heavy on the very light on the gas, if you will. This build, he's saving those for upgrades. It looks like he's on a handful of gateways. Interesting wall. We're not even hiding our tech. It's just right up front, the front door. We're getting 3 bases. He's staying just ahead economically, keeping up with the call downs here from the Terran. A little bit of a supply block for Bunny Willis as he throws down a bunch of supply depots at the same time. Spends that extra energy on +1 weapons. That'll go a long way in this fight with his +1 armor. And again, it looks like both these players powering up, sitting back. Shazam posted in the chat, if you haven't yet, coupon code TAI15 Matcherino. Price pool last checked at $76. Thank you all for watching and entering your codes. I know most of you probably already have. Spread that stuff to your friends. Spread that stuff to all those people at home, all those nice, kind-hearted people you know. Now, interesting choice here. It is Phoenix. Phoenix and Marine, they have a history of Marines shooting up, and Phoenix is lifting Marines, but the Marine count pretty high, right? They come in good numbers. Not something you necessarily want to face down with Phoenixes. Moving across the map and queued up with like 3 Marauders at a time, 4 Marines at a time, Liberator, Medevac, Widow Mines, building up one hell of an army. Now this is interesting. Drumhead trying to sneak around the back here with the pylon, but he's gonna, those warpins are gonna be on his side of the base, I think soon, just because of the nature of Marines stimming into your base. And it does look like we have a handful of Zealots there. Combat Shield's about to finish up. Marauder's jumping into the fight now. A handful of SCVs there to repair. And Widow Mines. Ooh, Widow Mines for the charge. Actually pulling the Widow Mines up. Great call there before they could explode on the Marines and on the Zealots. Ooh, pull up Widow Mines at an interesting moment. They are in siege. He goes in with the Zealots. The Marines are continuing to put down damage. There are a whole bunch of lifts on the Widow Mines. Widow Mines, one of them gets off. One of them starting to burrow. Got the lift off on the Widow Mine. There is one Widow Mine out. He gets the hit. The other Widow Mine's finally landed. There's the GG. Drumhead taps out. And that will be game number 2. G. All right, game number 2 goes to Bunny Willis. Game number 3 is going to take place on Port Alexander, and what we've seen so far is, a domination. Bunny Willis seems to have the plays and the moves that make this make him a very difficult opponent. Now, can Drumhead? What does he do? Like, what does he have to do to change this up? Hopefully, maybe we find out, and we're gonna maybe find out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Port Alexander. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, the blue Terran, it is Bunny Willis. And the bottom right-hand corner, the orange Protoss, it is Drumhead. So last game we saw Drumhead take a lot of really risky and greedy economic plays. He expanded quickly. He put a lot of Phoenixes out on the map to try to control the space and the territory and keep him safe. And he ended up with a pretty strong, well-timed push out of Bunny Willis. He took advantage of the extra time, got some upgrades, had a good combination of Widow Mines, Marines, and really the Marauders bringing a lot of punch. All the upgrades for him. And both those timings kind of met. But Drumhead's was it was just missing a little bit of punch. Needed to hold that line, a little bit of meat. And a little bit of meat to hold that line and do the damage you need, especially when you're dealing with Widow Mines in such large numbers. Really good Phoenix play, though. So when Drumhead's got the capacity to take this fight, he's got the capacity to come back. It's going to be tough. This is 3. He needs 3 right now in this best of 5. He needs to win all 3 to come out of this. And Bunny Willis is a strong opponent. Maybe he picks up 1, maybe he picks up 2. Getting 3 in a row is a daunting task. But, maybe that momentum. So the momentum right now, it's in Bunny Willis's favor, right? It's a driving force right here. So we'll see. We'll see how, does Drumhead stay level-headed, even-tempered? Is this something that Bunny Willis just rolls over him again? Quick game. It does look like Bunny Willis opting. He's going to expand. He's got all his stuff on his side of the map. His opponent, again, Drumhead, opting for, really fast Nexus. Gets that down to the gateway expand. So both these players kind of a gentleman's handshake. Hey, we're gonna play this game nice and easy. You come at me, bro. You come at me, they say. Alright, that Reaper getting a significant amount of damage. 2 kills for his trouble so far. And will he actually get out with this? Yeah, that Adept shading forward, trying to meet him. It does look like the Adept should find the damage he needs. The Reaper trying his damnedest. Bunny Willis actually hopping back up? Never mind. This Reaper is nuts. It's crazy, Reaper. What are you attacking that for? You're nuts. You're insane. He jumps right back down. This is the game he's playing right now. He's still hitting probes. And he's going to get out. This Reaper lives. He can't jump those boxes. You can jump up ledges. Why don't you just hop the boxes, Reaper? Just do box jumps. You've been to CrossFit. Do box jumps. Yeah, wow. Amazing amount of damage. He gets the full scan of everything going on. He sees the Twilight. I don't know if he saw the Twilight Council resurging, but it was there. One gate. It's going blink. He's starting to bust out. Looks like Drumhead trying to bust out some aggressive stalker play. Maybe 4 gate with the forward pylon. This Reaper hiding. Should be diving in momentarily to try to get more information. But Drumhead moving across the map now, taking a quick look at kind of how Bunny Willis is powered up. We have 4 Marines in a bunker at the base. There's a very strong defense here. More Marines continuing to pop out this Adept. He's going to get maybe Shade Scout. He'll see full 3 barracks production. We're looking at a very similar assortment of production facilities as to last time. But he will not get deep in to see units. We are getting a Raven coming out of Bunny Willis. Looks like a swap of add-ons here for the factory. Looks like the factory wants to be popping out Widow Mines again. Maybe putting out a reactor 2 at a time with a Raven. And another add-on swap here. Everything's swapping around. It does look like he's going to go heavy into Marauders, heavy into STEM. We're just looking for combat shields and STEM at the same time for Mass Marine. All right, so as he manages that and he starts to build up his army, everybody's powering up, getting the punch ready. We have a robotics factory coming down over here. We have legs coming down. So Drumhead also powering up. Mix of Blink and Zealots. Zealots with charge. Stalker's going to spot some Marines. I love this out of Bunny Willis. Forward Marines to catch armies moving across the map in key locations. He sees the Stalkers coming. Hero Marine, if anything, putting Bunny Willis, on the alert he needs. Here comes the Marauders to start it up. Marauders, Widow Mines, Medevacs. Marines, Medevacs, Marauders, Mines. The M's. So it does look like the M's are Bunny Willis' game plan here. There is the bunker, goes a long way. That Raven's a very expensive unit. He does not want to lose that. The Blink is used defensively. The SCV's pulled for a moment there. And the Widow Mine's in an okay position. If he moves those forward, he really blocks off that area. And a great little Marine there. Hero Marine. Hanging out at that third, seeing if this is a consistent thing. Is this going to be a third and gone? And these Stalkers actually opting to pull back up, but Widow Mines make this a tough thing to dive in on. There is no observer out on this field here. If I look at the units tab, there is one observer on the field. It is hanging out here, actually. Helping Drumhead keep an eye on the front of his base. There was a Marine. That's not a Marine anymore. A little Marine leg. There's a leg of a Marine. Faded into the game. Here it is again. The Stalkers, so outnumbered. These Stalkers don't want to live. They're trying their best to throw their lives away. He took a couple pokes there. He gets out of this, gets running away, and infantry weapons 1 going to finish up soon. As Marines, just a couple. I love the partial stim there in the front, just to push things away. Just 2 units, and these mines. Once these mines find themselves a good burrow location, if they're able to do that, it becomes a dangerous game here. Although there is an observer. You have to focus fire down those mines. The mines move forward, chasing the army. Kind of like, I dare you. And there's a hallucinated Colossus on the way. The Nexus finishes up. There's no cancel, but it doesn't matter. He's not trying to get it. Bunny Willis is moving right up the ramp very aggressively. It looks like he was trying to... Was he trying to focus the Colossus? Yeah, the hallucinated Colossus pieces. That was hallucinated, right? No, that was real. That was a real Colossus. There's a real Colossus he was chasing down. With the Marauders he's got with the destruction of the third base, that's not bad. So he gets a little bit of a heal and he stems up. He does not want that Colossus alive. He chases it down very successfully. Marauders, Marines, stemming across the battlefield to join this fight. There's another stem for it. He comes in. He's blasting away and melting Stalkers. There's a GG. Bunny Willis takes game number 3. And he moves on to the finals. The finals, ladies and gentlemen, today are going to be Bunny Willis versus White Ninja, fighting it out for the Season 15, the All-Invitational Finals, the grand winner guy. And I tell you, we get to also watch Drumhead and Pure battle it out for third place. That's going to be next week. At approximately this time right now. I do with them a little later, so we'll do about a 4 p.m. Pacific. 4 p.m. Pacific, the All-Invitational. It will be the finals. I will hype it up. I will figure out some more cool buttons on my stream deck so I can bring you all the great flute music and entertainment. Yeah. That's where we're at. GG Bunny Willis. Those are some fantastic games. I can't wait to watch you in the finals. No spoilers, please. Play your games. Keep it a good secret. Your best friend says, Bunny Willis, we've known each other for years. Did you win? And you say, can't tell you. You're going to have to watch it on stream. You're going to have to see it here next week as we have successfully, again, at least so far, casted the entire All-Invitational. After last season was a bit of a mess, I said we would just buckle down and we're going to do it every single week, every single Sunday. So with that, what we're going to do now, because we're not done. We're going to go to the pizza pie. It is time for the pizza pie, not weekly, but pizza pie tournament, 2019 season 1, tournament 3. That is premiere. That is the outreach community tournament for or from All Inspiration. That's our pet project as a team. What we're going to do is we've got Cole Taryn and myself are casting it today. We're going to do that live on his stream. So in just a moment, I'm going to send you on over to him, and in all great fashion, right? I'm going to rate him. You guys jump on over. Let's show some support for Shazam Poof and all the great tournaments he puts on, and just show him so much of our love. And you guys have been a fantastic crowd for me, so thank you for hanging out. See, like Caspian and Octavius says, no hackers. You've been a fantastic crowd for me, so if you can follow me over there and be a fantastic crowd for them too. Once I get all the buttons sorted, we're going to go ahead and raid them. So thanks for watching. This stream will be ending soon, but before it ends, we'll find ourselves over at Cole Taryn, and I'll see you guys. I'll say hi again, wave, like, hi, guys. I'll see you next week. Or, in a moment.